Welcome to Alpha Proto. I'm Alpha Proto, and today we will be continuing the animation of Batrice's body splash, body press, air attack. I think it's going to be either jumping medium kick or jumping hard kick. Not too sure. We'll see. So if you're interested in watching me work on some Blazing World Star sprites, welcome. If you just want to say hi, thanks. And let's get to it. So, what we have here is the neutral stance, but don't have to worry about that right now. Because the attacks, come on, what? The attack starts in the air. Hope this sounds good. Put my microphone's on. Alright, I think mine's on. And so last time I worked on this, I think it was Wednesday last week. I just sketched out the attack. Really rough sketches. And then I used to layer above it, use these colors, use the lasso tool to go over the sketch. Actually, no, I used the contour tool to go over the parts of the sprite and fill in those spaces on a new layer. The past few days I've been working on adding the black outline. There's still some details I missed, like the goggles and the flight cap and the eyes. Need some teeth here too. But I left this sprite to show what how I've been doing this. Let me check my chat. Right. So the core color of these outlines is black. So I have black loaded up. And there's some shortcut buttons. What I was doing was I was using the magic wand to select area, and then I go to FX outline and set it to inside and press OK. But the thing about that is it only puts the outline on the outer. Anything that's outside doesn't have a color, you know? Like, so there's a shortcut button that I found. It's the S button. If you press the S button, it does that. Now as you can see, it doubles up some lines. So I guess I have to be kind of careful how you use it. I guess you gotta work inside out. So, because I don't know, it may be worth the double line, taking the time to clean up the double lines. It may take just as long as... Sorry, I keep pressing deselect instead of it. I keep pressing D instead of S, and it's deselecting the selection. But yeah, I think it'll be worth it. So I keep pressing D instead of S. Yeah, it's doubling up lines in some areas, but I think that the fact that it adds the black line just with a press. That saves time. So, you know, it's worth it. Saves a few seconds, but those few seconds are time used working on the sprites. So now I just clean up the double lines. I am... Yo! How do I say your name? Yeah, I see you now. Echu? 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 I'm looking at you. I hope you are well. I was just showing how there's a shortcut button. If you press S on an area that's lassoed or highlighted, it could put an outline around it for you. And I use that to put these black outlines around Batrice. Wrong color. But the more times you do that, it doubles up the line thickness. So I'm cleaning up the lines that are thicker. Now, I guess it could be debatable if cleaning up the double lines takes as long as actually drawing the line, but if you think about it, like, all the lines aren't getting drawn here, they're just some of them. And even then, I'll have to add detail later. But it is annoying trying to draw these lines and you have to stay on the edge. So it's easier to clean them up than it is to try to stay right on the line. Obama Snow Gaming. Hello there, it's me from the Hyper Dragon Ball Z server, says Obama Snow Gaming. Hello, I appreciate you being here. How are you? Are you interested in making a game? Or, you know, just gamer. But I appreciate you stopping by. I'm not working on Hyper Dragon Ball Z today. After I get done with these sprites and I have some spare time, I'll work on them. Or if it's Friday, I'll work on some. My last stream I worked on Rimbrian. But that was for fun. I didn't finish, but I was using this new process that, like, I used to use the blob method to block everything out. But I think it's faster to sketch out, not think. Well, I guess it may take just as long. But just use the layers and do a sketch. And then lasso around with the contour tool. And then fill it in, and then add the lines this way. I think it speeds up the process. I was using the outline tool, outline effect before. But for this I used, I don't know what the shortcut is. I guess it's an outline. But it takes a selection and then it... Oh, this is way faster. Wait. Yeah, it takes the selection and then you press the S button and it puts an outline around it. I think that was a stroke of genius with the stroke tool. So, it's more of an outline tool, I guess. I was just trying to run. Obama Snow Gaming says, doing great. Yeah, I'm a gamer, hence the name, but also making a game right now, or beginning to at least. Oh, what kind of game are you making? Are you making a fighting game, a 2D game, 3D game, brawler, puzzle game, RPG? Yeah, I think that. When it comes to 2D games, there's not that many options. Well, I guess there are just as many options. Platformers, fighters, brawlers, RPGs. Yep, if I could ever find a programmer, I would like to make a video game. But I would need help. It's like I could be an art director, or I would like to be a character designer, art director, game director of my own project, but I would need help animating. Mostly finishing the sprites, like what I'm doing now. Like I could sketch out all the moves like this, you know? I think this took about, I don't know how long it took. Let's say 30 minutes just to sketch out the attack. But I would need someone to do what I'm doing right now, which is clean up the sprites and finish them, and maybe do more in-betweens. Well, not in-betweens, but come on, what's the word? Keyframes? No, wait, breakdowns. I think it's breakdowns. But when it comes to fighting games, I don't think you need that many frames. You need enough to get the idea across. RPGs, you need even less frames. Brawler games, you don't need as many either. I may make a brawler game that has a fighting game section, sort of like Mode B, or is it Mode C? Oh, Double Dragon. Or the Bouncer. The Bouncer did the same thing. They had a brawler mode in there. I mean, they had a fighting mode. That would be a good crossover, you know. Then when you're done with the actual story mode or adventure mode, you can just go to the versus mode with your friend and just start fighting, I guess. Well, not even, I don't know, yeah, I guess it's a fight. worked out well. Oh, a 2D fighting game. That's a lot of work. It depends, like, well, not really. I'll say that King of Fighters, if you do 4-button game, is faster than a 6-button game because that's 2 more attacks you don't have to worry about. But yeah, I used to think I wanted to make a fighting game, but I'm really leaning towards brawler, beat 'em up. And it's mostly because brawlers usually just have 2 buttons. I mean, well, 3 buttons. Jump, light attack, hard attack. Light attack, heavy attack. And then you, like, do different combinations with the buttons, you know? Right. Alright, I'm just gonna see if this is faster. Just drawing the lines. See how it's hard to stay within the lines? May I have to go back and try to stay on model a little better. Yeah, I just need to slow down, I guess. Yep, the detail work is usually what takes the most time. Actually, maybe the design and planning phase of what the attacks are going to be, I could see that taking a while. Because me, I rushed in with Neko Majin Z, and I didn't really have any moves planned out except for Kamehameha. And I was for punches and kicks. I was just gonna copy what Ryu does. But with some help, we planned out some stuff. Some unique attacks, you know? Not just your standard Shoto stuff. cool thing about Sprite is the pixel perfect. You don't have to clean up the lines that often. I will give an example. Right. With pixel perfect off, if I make a circle, there's these stepped edges on the sides. If I turn pixel perfect on, well, I did that on accident. You turn pixel perfect on, you don't have to worry about those. I think the majority of, when I was working on Blazing Strike, the majority of my time was cleaning up these. Some people may like it because it gives kind of like a thickness to it, but I don't like that. I think it looks rough. So that's why I like using pixel perfect. I'm actually kind of working backwards, aren't I? There's more detail on some of these than there are. But let's see how the animation is looking so far. It's kind of coming together. There are a few things that need to be adjusted, but little by little, it's making some progress. Obama Snow Gaming says, I see everyone working with Sprite and I really question myself if I am too simple of a man. I use a website called Pixel Art Maker to do all my work and I'm happy with it. Whatever works, really. I was actually kind of, circumstances pressured me into using Sprite. I had purchased Sprite when it was on sale, but before that I was using Graphic Scale for everything, and that's a free program. And I did an update, system update, and Graphic Scale stopped working. And after that day I was like, well, son, you better learn. You gotta learn. So I went ahead and started using Sprite. So yeah, if I didn't run into a situation where I had to use it, I may not be using it right now. Yep, circumstances. Circumstances led to me using it. But it gets free updates, and it has a bunch of tools and stuff. Like, it has options and tools that I never even knew I would want to use. I've never used Pixel Art Maker at all. When I first started spriting, I used MS Paint and a program called, I think it was Magic's GIF Maker or something. What was that? it was a animated GIF maker where you downloaded, wait, you imported all the images you wanted, and it would play them at different, you could sequence how, well, it's on, let me see if I can find it, where I can show everything. I found it on archive.com not too long ago, because it's really old, this is like early 2000s. So I don't want to give bad references. But yeah, it's free now, since it's so old. If I can find it, we'll have to load up. I don't really know what people use nowadays to make animated GIFs. For example, Nicotine Fist, he animates in MS Paint. So I don't know how he tests his animations though. I mean, how do you, if you can't see it moving, then how do you, this is confusing to me. Let me see if I can find it. What is it? I must have deleted it. Yeah, I don't see it in my hard drive. Animagic? I think it was it's 571. Is that it? Yeah, I think it's a program called Animagic. Yeah, it was called Animagic, and it was a really small program. It was just a way to sequence images so they could look like they're animating. So when I first started, all I had was MS Paint and Animagic, and that was enough to get some sprites moving. That was a long time ago. Long time ago. I mean, we're in a new millennium now. New century. Alright. I don't know if Pixel Art Maker has an animation sequencer or not. Like, where you could go through the frames, you know? Like, I can screw up through this, like this. I don't know if that program does that. But yeah, when I first started, I needed 2 programs to do the work of 1. And there were no layers, so you have to work around not having layers. I'm not talking about the current MS Paint. Current MS Paint has a whole lot of features that the first one, well, not, I doubt it was even the first one, but early MS Paint didn't have. Now when people say they work with MS Paint, I'm like, that's not too bad. You can actually get decent results with it, you know? Now. There's actually brushes that don't look like pixels, you know? But when I first started, all it had were pixel brushes, and it had a spray bottle like this, you know? That was a spray can feature, you know? But now it's like, it actually has gradients and stuff, you know? It's really cool. But for the most part, I recommend graphics scale to people. It has a preview box. This has a preview box too, I think. So I could just, I wonder if I could dock this somewhere. It's not docking. Okay, I'll just put this here. I can just press play and I can see the animation loop. Yeah, seems like Sprite's constantly updating. So if there isn't a feature that, if it's missing a feature that you like, give it some time and it'll eventually have it. I would complain. I don't want to say I complain, but I would talk about, yeah, that's a better way to say it. How it doesn't have a color replacement tool. Apparently it does. I just never use it. But when I first started working on Blazing, oh what? Oh yeah, sadly it doesn't. Yeah, that's why you need something that actually shows you the animation. Making sprites it's nice, but having good animation seems it's a little bit more important. Well, it is more important, I guess. You could have really simple sprites that move really well, and that's impressive. If you have really detailed sprites that move really bad, it's not as impressive. It's like, oh, they look nice until they start moving. Whoa. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I need to add the goggles and this cap under the... Uh-oh. River City Girls, they have nice sprites, but they are simplified. I think that they don't have outlines, and they have, I think, one tone of shading, but it looks really good. I still need to play that game, but I kind of want to play Zero first. Plus, I contributed to the crowdfund of River City Underground, but I only played it once. And that was before River City Girls was announced. I remember I bought River City Ransom after, it was around the time Scott Pilgrim was created. I mean, was released on PlayStation 3 and the movie was out. I was like, oh, this is the game that inspired Scott Pilgrim. And I was playing that on the actual Nintendo hardware. And it was fun. I was surprised at how ahead of its time it was. A brawler game with RPG elements. You would think everyone would want to do that. But for the most part, during the Super NES days, people were just interested in copying that arcade experience. So arcade games didn't have RPG. Well, Dungeons and Dragons did. That was far ahead of its time. His hand's weird. What's up with that? Okay. So what is that? These are fingers? Is it from somewhere? Okay, I'll just make up something now. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Fingers. Great thing about the internet, if you need someone to do music, you go on YouTube, you listen around, and then you find someone like Wizzy Whip It Wonderful, and you ask them, "Hey, what's your price? We'll make you some music." So, right off the bat, you have someone to make the music for you in a game. That's one less thing to worry about. Or DeMarcus. I don't know if DeMarcus takes commissions though on this music. But there's a lot of people who, would be happy to help people make a game or something. Because it really is a collaborative process. I know that you can make the game by yourself, but you're spraying yourself thin when you do that. I know that Dipod is making a game called Full Power. He's been working on that for a few years. I'm sure that he likes having full creative control. He does the music, he does the voices, he does the character designs, the portraits. Everything is what he wants. It's through his vision of what the game should be. And that's good. But at the same time, it's taking him a while to get it done. That's the disadvantage of working alone. So you could either have someone to collaborate with, or you could hire someone. If you hire someone, you don't have to worry about them giving input. Like, they could probably say, hey, this isn't working, or maybe you could do this, but in the end, it really is your vision. But if you and some other people are working on something, and you're doing it for free, or they're a partner, equal partner in the project, then you really have to consider what they want for the game. Like me, with this Blazing World Stars, I'm hired on to it. So I'm doing the attacks that I'm hired to make. But I did have a say in it. I made a suggestion. I respectfully said, hey, you gave Batrice, you want Batrice to have 2 drop kicks. He doesn't really need 2 drop kicks. Plus he has a standing drop kick as a normal. Or is it a, yeah, I think it's a normal, so. I respectfully asked if he could have another attack for air attack. And well, was it a request or was it? What's the best way to put that? That concern was addressed, yeah. It's kind of like if you hire somebody to paint your house and you want a certain color and then they say, well, this color doesn't have very good coverage, you know? They're not saying they won't paint it that color, you know? They're just saying, hey, there's some... You might want to reconsider using this color. Maybe this would work better, you know? And that's kind of like what I did with when I asked about the attack. I was like, hey, you might want to reconsider that attack and use this. I think I made that too long. Yeah, that's far too long. Maybe about here. An eye would be about here. Other eye here. There's some stuff that's off model right now. That just means it doesn't look like the character that good. That's as much as it should. But I'll adjust it to look more like the character as I work on it. Like the nose is this big and I made it too big, so simple rhinoplasty right now. There we go. Back ease the magic wand tool. Pick this color and press S. And there you go. Outline. Hello. I can't read your name. Obama Snow Gaming says, what I want to do for the animation for the sprite in my game is to look for a sprite animator that can help me with the animations, and I do all the normal sprites as well as the stage probably. What's the difference between normal sprites and other sprites? Man, that's loud. It's too loud. There. Now it's turned down for me, but for everyone else it sounds the same. When it comes to game design, I was approached to work on a brawler game. It was a spin-off of the game Beast's Fury. It was a crowdfunded game that didn't come to fruition. And what he did was he sent me a PDF. And that PDF was an entire SNES-style video game manual of the game that hadn't been made yet. That featured the characters, the stages, the story, the button layout, everything that I would need to know about the game. So that impressed me a lot. That really, really impressed me. It wasn't just an idea. It was like it was just so well thought out. It was really cool. Very, very cool. I'd never seen anyone do that before online. I had been a part of some other games, teams, and you know, the game didn't come to pass, but things weren't that well planned out. I was really into the idea of a brawler game featuring, it was gonna have chibi characters. So I can't think of a game that would, I guess Ninja Squad or whatever, that recent game that came out. I think that's the most comparable version. But this would be pixel art, this one would be HD sprites. At least I don't think it would be HD sprites. I'm not sure if it would have multiple paths. I really love the multiple path element of some brawler games. I think Final Fight 3 was the first one to do it, I think. A few. But it was different, it was different than Guardian Heroes. Guardian Heroes, you actually, the way you answer questions given to you would choose your path. I think that the Dungeons and Dragons game did that too, that Capcom made. But with Final Fight 3, if you threw a bad guy at a door, or it would open a new pathway, like you would grab them, throw them, a door would bust open, and you could either walk through it or you could choose not to walk through it. And depending on if you walked through the door or not, would change the stages that you went to. I think it was one time that I did that, and I ended up going to you fight on top of a bus, and then you go to a junkyard and fight. I don't know if I've ever done that again in Final Fight 3. I played the game a lot. The only way you can get the true ending is playing the game on the hardest difficulty. So yeah, just trying to get through the game on the hardest difficulty. It took a lot of tries. Trying to see where these fingers are. But yeah, what do you mean by normal sprints? I'll say A Gaming, Obama Snow Gaming says, oh, what I mean was like, normal would be sand for the base sprites rather than the attack animation frames. Oh. I would sketch out all the attacks. I wouldn't necessarily sprite all the attacks. I would sketch out all the attacks beforehand, like just what like stances, like punch, kick, knee. Like I always go back to Ryu because he has the most basic frames. Like just sketch out the stance and then sketch out. I think it's Chamat. There's a guy named Chamat, I think. Chabat or something. Put up. Sorry, I've got to look through this. I think this is a good resource. If I can find it really fast. So there's a spriter on DeviantArt named I think his name's Chomo or something. Chomo. I don't know. Chamat, yeah. I think he's the founder of the Art of Spriting. club or group on DeviantArt. And this is what he came up with. This is how he designs his. Like, I think he used Ryu as an example of a fighter character template. Chmot DeviantArt. Just where everybody can see it. Right, so he has profile here. He has win quotes here. Backstory. So he has to. I guess this would be the character select. This would be the other portraits. Here's the moveset animations. Idles, stance, walk forward, run, walk back. So he like kind of templated what the animations look like. Neutral jump, forward jump, back jump, escape roll, and win poses, intro. So I wish I did this with Nekomajin Z. This is what dizzy post, block, low, get hit, gut hit, taunt, dark break. So he thought of all the like stances ahead of time, you know? Even though he didn't make Ryu, he broke down the character into. There's the basic attacks. So if you want to plan a character, you would need all these attacks for a 6-button fighting game. They're the specials: throw forward, throw back, overhead, command. And then there's the input specials. So we gave him 3. I think 3 is enough usually. Like if a character's really well designed, 3 attacks for specials is enough. Like, and then, well, in Alpha they threw in the air versions of attacks, which I think is fair, like an air Tatsu, Maki, Senpukaku. In Akuma's case, an air fireball. And then there's the supers. But yeah, he broke down Ryu as far as the template, and I think this is a great idea. Now for Hyper Dragon Ball Z, you would take all of this and then you would double it, I guess. Or triple it. You would take all of these attacks and then you would think of EX versions of the specials, and then you would have finishers and stuff. So yeah. I used to be blown away by how fast I would hear Street Fighter games got made. I was like, whoa, it took like 6 months to get this game made, or 3 months? I mean, it's usually 6 months to a year, and I was like, wow, that's fast for all these characters. You think back to it, and you compare it to Hyper Dragon Ball Z, I was like, no. This is easy compared to Hyper Dragon Ball Z. Hyper Dragon Ball Z has a lot of required frames. Required frames are responses to attacks. Let me see if I could pull up the required frame sheet. I think people already know. I think most people know about this. This is actually how I started Nekomajin. Once I got all those done, then once you get all the required frames done, you kind of have a dummy that, I think they're called compatibility sprites. Let me see. I think this is the old one. So it's high attacks, medium attacks, low attacks. Crouching light hard, set flying transition, dash collision, on the ground, twist in the air, flipping. I guess we'll flip upside down, then a land, twist scale, tripped. So the trip is only 1 frame? Interesting. I gave it a lot of frames. Get ups, dizzy, broken back, my toes. This is for when Gotensk steps on your foot. This is for when Goku breaks You're back. Oh, this is the flipping frame. Shocked. Midnight Bliss. I guess that's just for Mugen in general. Just one sprite turned black faded. I didn't know this. I actually faded out my Neko Majin Z. It's kind of a waste of time. And then you've got the Cursed. And those are the sprites that are required for... Well, this is the old required sprites. I think they recently refined the... Oh, I think there's 2 versions of it. Let me go through this. So that was the first one. This is the second one. It has better examples of getting hits and the uppercut and the normals and stuff. The thing I like about these templates that got made, it shows the minimum amount of sprites needed for the animations. So if you needed to do a get hit animation, you know, you just need 4 frames at the minimum. In the gut, 4 frames at minimum. Uppercut, 4 frames at minimum. This trip is 2. Well, I think it goes these 2 and then it goes into fall down animation. So we'll go here, here, and it'll follow up with here, fall down. My toes twist, get up, dizzy. I'm gonna show some stuff I have. This is a template that I have for making stages. This is the area that gets shown on screen. This red line represents the ground level where the characters are standing. And this represents the part of the stage that you don't see. So when you jump, you know, this is the area. Move to the left, move to the right. See? This is actually the TN stage. I started it, but it was really rough. It was really rough, so I think Tony took over for me and fixed it. These are really, really old frames. Alright, I think this is the most recent template. I think Nicotine Fist put it together. And this is for Hyper Dragon Ball Z in general. But most fighting games have all these. You know, knockdowns, get-ups, dizzy. Now, these are unique to Hyper Dragon Ball Z. The Cursed Sprites, Midnight Bliss, Bird's Eye View, Drawing, Dash Collision, Broken Back, Absorbed by Boo, that's something, and My Toes. Now, for the Shocked, originally I think they showed Goku's skeleton and stuff. You showed the skeleton, but now it's just 1 frame, and I think they put a black frame in there. They do a silhouette, like with the disintegration. I really like showing the skeleton. I think it's a good Easter egg. Similar to how Darkstalkers, when you got electrocuted, you could see, like, Pyron had a constellation inside of him. Phobos, so you could see gears. And Akaris, you could see 2 skeletons inside of him. I think I like Easter eggs like that, you know. This is actually available in the Discord. So I can't really remember what it was called. But it's in the Discord. So if you look in the Discord, there's a room in the Discord that's about character development or something. I don't have Discord up, so I can't look right now, but I think it's above the Z2I. You'll see it. It's helpful. Check it out. Alright, back to Ash. I'm gonna save. gonna keep drawing in these details and adjusting everything. I'm actually getting hungry. My brother bought some pizza from Papa John's, so I'm just thinking about food right now. But I think everyone's got a decent idea of how these sprites are made now. This is really a new process for me. And it was only made possible with a sprite. All these shortcuts and buttons and stuff. It's nice using the best tools for the job. But yeah, this is an Sprite's an industry standard animation program as far as sprites are concerned. But yeah, I figured that out when I got hired to clean up animations and complete animations for Blazing Strike, and the file was an A-Sprite file. And I was like, I don't know how to use A-Sprite. And it was like, actually, no, I don't even know if I told him that. I think I just converted the file into a GIF and then start working on it, or a GIF. It's supposed to be said GIF. There's no J. But for respect to the guy who created the format, I opened the GIF. Man, now I want peanut butter. Open the GIF as a file in graphic scale, and I worked on it there. That's how I worked on it. But then I had to convert it into frames. I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like this. That doesn't look right. No, that doesn't look right either. I don't like this line. The thing I like about Blazing World Stars, this is Scooty is letting me work at my own pace. Well, kinda, sorta. There's some deadlines, but for the most part, it's really laid back. I know Scooty's not made of, as far as I know, Scooty's not made of money. It's not like a super rich investor. I think Scooty's just a, hard-working person who has a dream and hires some people to do some sprites and program. And that's very cool. But yeah, you could either hire someone or do a collaboration and do profit sharing, I guess. But I don't recommend profit sharing as far as being a animator or a sprite artist. When someone offers you a profit share to a game, you say, yeah, you'll be a partner in the game and you'll get some of the profit. I did that once, and I was like, I worked on the game for 2 years and it never got finished because it just wasn't planned out well enough. So I was like, I'm doing all this work for a game that may not ever get released. No. It's like, I'm at least putting in part-time work, like 20-hour days a week. 20-hour weeks working on this. I'm going to school tired. I'm going to work tired. Staying up all night working on this, and the only thing I have is a promise of, yeah, when we're done, you'll get a percentage. And it's like, it's like, I don't see you getting done. There's no vision, there's no planning. And so I left, and the game still didn't get made. Matter of fact, all the sprites I made and the other people who worked on it with me made, they got axed. Then they made new sprites. And then those got axed. And then they hired other people to make sprites. And then they didn't get paid, so they left too, I think. I think that's what happened. So I think, yeah, that was 10 years ago. No, wait, it was probably more. It was when I was in university. I was going to university. I would drive to university in the morning, and then I'd drive home. It was an hour drive, hour and a half drive there, an hour and a half drive back, depending on what I had to do at school. And during the night, I would stay up working on the game. Art for the game. I would work on art for the game and sprite art for the game. And I'd never feel like I was being appreciated. It'd be like, that's okay. With the actual game art, like, character portraits and stuff, design stuff, it'd be like, that's all right. Because there was another guy, the main designer, like the art director, I guess. And he would make really good art, and I was trying to imitate him. But I wasn't living up to his standards. My art wasn't looking enough like his art. So the guy who was in charge of the project, he would just be like, that's all right. Fix this, fix this. Yeah, that's great, but fix this. It would always be like, yeah, fix this, but that's great, but can you fix this? And it's like always these little tweaks. Move that down a little bit, angle that a little, and it's like, I hated it. I didn't feel like I was accomplishing anything. The whole game just treaded water, so I left after. I took 2 years of that. I'm a very, I don't know if the word's agreeable. I can tolerate a lot of abuse. I guess that wasn't abuse, that was just annoying. But I can take I guess abuse is the worst word. I can take a lot of abuse without complaining. Well, by complaining, I mean like just outright saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll make suggestions and stuff. I'm a people pleaser. At my own detriment sometimes, and sometimes I won't speak up when I have a problem with something. But in the end, I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. It's hurting it hurt me academically. I was making pretty decent grades, but staying up all night, then driving an hour and I remember some nights when I drive to university, I'd get in the car and I'd drive and I'd be like, whoa, I'm here. How'd I get here? And I was scary. I was like, it was like I blacked out. I was just driving on autopilot and I was like, ugh, I could have been in an accident. Driving 70 miles per hour and then on the highway and then ending up at my destination not remembering how I got there. It's like, oh, I drove here, yeah. Wow. Cool. But yeah, I was getting burnt out. It made me really wish that I had stayed on campus for school. But that would have cost more. But then if you add up the gas, no, wait, I was paying my own way through school, so it wasn't, so I had to drive back home. Because I had to go to work. If I didn't go to work, I wouldn't have money to go to school, and if I didn't have money to go to school, I wouldn't be able to go to school, so yeah, I wouldn't have had a dorm. Actually, I did have a dorm and a roommate, but I never actually followed up because I was going to go to UNT in Dallas, and I got information on my roommate and stuff, and we talked over AOL Messenger a few times. But I ended up not going to UNT because they didn't have any of my required classes. So, well, let me get some work done while I say this stuff. So I wanted to go for painting and illustration. This is before I went into film and animation. And they didn't have any of the classes I needed for my degree. They said, well, all these classes are booked up. If you want to pre-register, you have to be a student at the school. So take some of these classes, sign up for some classes so you could pre-register for next year. You could take the classes you need. And I think I had about $15,000 saved up for school, and I was like, but so you want me to stay in a dorm, take classes that I really don't need for my degree so I can have the chance of pre-registering in a class that I need next semester? So I'm gonna have a throwaway semester that's just basically to get the chance to have the classes I want next semester. And I was like, I'm paying for this out of pocket. I can't do this. I don't think I can do this. So I didn't do it. So I was like, sorry, I can't be your roommate, dude. But it was nice talking to you. Yeah, that was a bummer. Cause I was really planning on going to that school, UNT. But hey, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. I ended up going to UTA, so that was 2007 that I was gonna go to UNT. No, yeah. And then I ended up going to UTA in either 2012 or 2010. That was after saving a little bit more money up. And I met a lot of cool people. I was able to, like, actually, I didn't know what my major wanted. I went to orientation and everything. It was orientation where I got to talk to the counselor where he told me that. And I did a drive of shame home. But my parents are like, ugh. Yeah, that was bad. I didn't enjoy that at all. But I remember being on campus and sitting there, and I was like, okay, what do I want to take? Maybe I could take another major. Maybe I can move to another major. And I looked through the brochure, and I was like, maybe journalism? Maybe I could do journalism or something? Or like audio engineering or something, because I'm a voice actor. And then I talked to the counselor, and the counselor was like, oh, that was another thing about it. Counselor said, you need a foreign language, and you need to take government, and you need a higher grade in your math. I was like, what? And it's like, yeah, so for this semester you could take your math, foreign language, and government here. And I was like, that's a lot of money for a semester here with a dorm and stuff. And I was like, okay. So I was like, no, I thought that I thought I had graduated or something. I think I had graduated. Yeah, I thought I had graduated. I think I had graduated. Yeah, I did with my associates in arts, my associate's degree. I graduated my associate's degree, and then I said I was going to go there, and I was like, wait, I have my associate's degree though. And they were like, oh wait, and it's like, yeah, you have the associate's degree, but you don't have these classes that are prerequisites for your bachelor's. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna spend all that money. So I went back to junior college again. I got those classes out of the way, and then that's why there's a skip between 2007 and 2010 or something. I went back to junior college, and I got my I didn't actually get Spanish, did I? But I got my government. No, wait, no, I didn't, because I took that at UNT. Oh, that's where I failed it. Ooh. Well, I guess it was enough to pass, but it wasn't enough to get credit. Anyways, stupid. My last class is in college were Spanish. I was just failing Spanish. I took Spanish 4 times in a row. Intro to Spanish 4 times in a row. And now I'm, you know, okay at Spanish because I use Duolingo. Es bien. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Y tú bien? Bien, gracias. I need to work on my Spanish voice. My accent. There's one guy, Duolingo, who sounds a certain way. Oh, Skits Comics is here. Hello, Skits. How do you get my link? Are you subscribed to me? Are you subscribed to me, Skits Comics? I'm subscribed to you. It's just that sometimes I'm streaming when you're streaming. I noticed your Turtle Tober sketches. I think that's what it is. Yo, Jeff Potts is here as well. Hello, Jeff Potts. I hope you are well. I actually think Turtle Tober is a good idea. It's basically like Inktober. I don't think Inktober's a thing anymore. I think they renamed it because the guy who, I don't know, everyone got a few people got mad at the guy who came up with it. So I think they're like kind of phased them out, which is weird. It's like you come up with something, everybody loves it, but then they don't love you anymore. I don't know. They divorced themselves from it. That's sad. I don't know what he did, though. Unless he did something, they don't want to use his name. Oh, well. I'm gonna erase his crotch up. This is weird. But yeah, some of the best videos I produced on my channel were some Inktober videos. But man, thinking of something to draw every day is... And then uploading a video that's edited and stuff, that's a pain. That's why I like live streaming. I used to think I was an artist, and people call me artist because I can illustrate good. And, you know, but my illustration is just taking words and ideas and transforming them into images on paper or on the screen. But when it comes to being an artist and a creative and stuff, man, I'm not that creative. I'm just a glorified copy machine, I guess. Well, I'm not copying, though. I'm a glorified AI program. But I'm a real intelligence. I guess it's not artificial. But yeah, when it comes to thinking of new ideas and stuff, I'm not that great at it. I can repackage old ideas. Not that good at making my own new ones. When I was a kid, I basically did a fan comic of X-Men. And as I got older, I was like, well, this is copyrighted written material. I should change some stuff around so it's not so obvious that it's X-Men. That kind of killed my interest for it after that. I was like, eh. Yep. Drawing every day. It should be easy. It's like, okay, I'll say this. It was easy for me to draw every day as a kid because I was in school. And I didn't have a phone. I didn't have a video game. It was just me and paper, you know, keeping me company. Now there's a bunch of distractions. I have a hard time reading. Like, I get a book and I'm like, okay, I'll read this. But I never get around to it because YouTube and emails and text messages, and it's just hard for me to, what's it called? Focus? But yeah, I just got to get to a point where I just mellow out and focus on the book. You you know? It's the same thing with drawing, though. Just focus on the drawing or art at hand. That's why I like streaming, though. Because I'm in a situation where I can't walk off because there's people watching me. I can't get distracted by YouTube videos because I am the YouTube video. And I don't want to eat on stream. That's just kind of rude, I mean. People don't want to see me smacking. See me smacking. Yeah, I try to be as courteous as I can to all of you people who take the time to actually, you know, come into my stream and say hello and stuff, you know? So, yeah, I won't eat on stream. That's not being a very nice guest. I mean, host to my guests. And that's how I see you all. You're my guests. You're guests to my channel. I treat you, you know, with the respect that I would show someone, you know, who's visiting my house, you know. I'm not offering you a drink or anything, but, you know, I'm at least, you know, acknowledging your presence. I wish you well. Yeah, drawing every day. Every day. But I did encounter, there's this, monthly manga, digital manga, anthology something, the most diverse manga, Saturday AM. They're up and coming manga. I guess they're not now because they're actually publishing books. But they have this contest called March Art Madness. And I entered it a few times, but I talked with the editor and stuff. We didn't really gel because we had different visions. But I entered the contest once, and I know that he said that what really stuck out to me was there was a winner of the first one, or I think it was the first contest. And he said that the guy won, and his prize was, you know, he got to be published with him. But he turned it down, and I think I watched a video about why he turned it down. He said, I thought I drew because I enjoyed drawing, but I don't enjoy drawing like I thought I did. And the thought of working as an artist drawing manga monthly, or it kind of weighed on me, and I thought about why don't I happy doing this? And he was like, I don't really like drawing. What I like is people praising me for what I've drawn, like praising me for the work I've done as an artist, but he doesn't enjoy the process. He just liked the accolades. He's like, and that stuck with me. He said, I draw, but I'm not an artist. But yeah, that really stuck with me. And it had me look to myself and say, do I actually enjoy drawing, or do I like the attention I get from it? You know, I don't know. It's kind of both. It's actually really interesting. Because, you know, when you're on stream, it is performative, you know? It's performative art. You're drawing while people are watching. It's very similar to being in a park, I guess, with the easel, doing caricatures, but, you know, that's actually making some money right off the bat, you know? Like, people watching you, and saying, yeah, draw me too. And this is more like, hi, watch me, just watch me. But that did stick with me. It's like that question of, do I want to do art because I like it, or is it because I'm okay at it and it's something I wouldn't mind making money doing? And it's like, well, that's just a question I've been asking myself ever since I heard that. And I think about that a lot because there's so many situations where it's like art contest or something, and it's like hey, I should enter that, and it's like, why do you want to enter? And it's like, for the prize. I just want the prize. It's like, I don't know. But yeah, after that, I did kind of stop calling myself an artist. I'll call myself a cartoonist or illustrator, but I don't know if I have the right to call myself an artist. Artists, in general, artists have messages, you know? So it's weird when people come to me and they say, hey, you should, like my mother, she would say, hey, why don't you make some sculptures or something to put in the front yard and where you can show off your art. And I'm like, I'm not really into sculpting, because I went to a convention and a guy who was into, he did fantasy art. He mostly painted fairies and stuff. But he said, I don't even like painting fairies. I like painting dragons and stuff. But one day I got hired to paint fairies, and then someone saw my art of my fairies and they're like, hey, that's a nice fairy. Can you paint me some fairies? And then the cycle kept going. He was like, so make sure you make what you like, otherwise you're gonna get stuck in a rut. People asking you to make stuff you don't like. And I was like, wow, that's good advice. So when it comes to sculpture and stuff, I like doing that stuff. I can do it, but I don't think that I would want to work on other people's stuff for them. Now this pixel art, like this right here, this bear, Batrice, this is right up my alley, you know? It reminds me of Tailspin. It's for a fighting game. I like fighting video games. I like animation, so... Wow, I got stuck working on this hat. Sorry. So, working on things like this actually, you know, I enjoy this. Like, this isn't my property, but I'm invested in seeing it succeed because, you know, I'm working on it. Same thing with Blazing Strike. Blazing Strike isn't my game, but I spent time working on that game. And when I see the characters, I'm like, that's my character that I worked on, you know, but as far as animations. When I see my the animations I worked on and helped finish and stuff in the game, I'm happy about that. You know, be part of video game history. I would like to make a comic book, but part of me is like, I don't know if I have a story I want to tell that hasn't been told before. Do I got a story in me that I want to share with everybody? Interesting. Fascinating questions. Do I have a story to tell? streaming for an hour and 30 minutes. When I hit the 2 hour mark, I think I'll stop. Just because I want to eat some pizza. Pizza. But yeah, that question about why am I drawing? Do I enjoy drawing? Or is it just because I like the attention? Kind of reminds me of Street Fighter V. Sakura, the character Sakura ran into the same problem. Situation. So this character Sakura in Street Fighter Alpha, she started street fighting after seeing Ryu street fight. Like, there's two stories. She beat up some college boys who were trying to assault her friend. And then there's the story of her admiring Ryu. But yeah, let's go back to this story about her admiring Ryu. So she admires Ryu, so she decides to become a street fighter. And in Street Fighter V, she's getting older and she's in college and stuff, and she's going to work and to pay her bills. She asks herself, it's like, she's starting to question why is she even street fighting. She's like, why am I doing this? She's like, she kind of likes it, but at the same time, it's like, one day you're gonna get old and you're not gonna be able to fight anymore. And then she got Ryu got mentioned. It's like, oh, Karin says Ryu was here, and it's like, oh, Ryu, want to go meet him? And then she was like, oh. So in the end, the story is she's good at street fighting. She enjoys it a bit, but she only enjoys it because it gets her closer to Ryu. And then it's like, oh, she's got a crush on Ryu. If it wasn't for Ryu, she wouldn't be doing it, And it's like, wow, it all makes sense. But it took 5 Street Fighter games for her to realize that. Was it 5 games? Street Fighter Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, because they have 2 different story modes, and Street Fighter 5. Yes, it took 5 games for her to realize, oh, she likes him. That's why she street fights. It's kind of like the guys joining drama class because there's girls they like in it. And it's like, oh, I don't even like plays. It's just some girls I like. There's a girl I like in drama class, so I'm in drama class. I think it was there's this Japanese show called Blue Blazes that tells the story of a young mangaka going to an art school. He joins the tennis club. He doesn't like tennis. He's okay at it, but it's not his passion. His passion is trying to work in manga, It takes place in 1981. 1980, and it moves up to 81. That's the semester passes on. And yeah, he's taking, the tennis classes and stuff, but he doesn't even like tennis. And he's good at it. That's the weird thing. Everyone else is struggling. And he's just like, yeah, I'm good at this, but I don't have a passion for it. He was just in it because a girl was in there. Anyway, Obama Snow Gaming says, having lots of projects can get tiring at times, but that's what I love about my artist self, a manga, fan game, Pokemon region, and my miscellaneous drawings, but I enjoy it and feel proud of it. Yeah. That's the thing about, you have to try to not lose passion for the process. The results, it's easy to work on something and then post it online and just wait for the reactions. When it comes, that's what I do with fan art. I go on DeviantArt and I post something and I'm like, oh, I see a mistake. Then I re-upload it. Not seeing a mistake again, I'll re-upload it. I do that like 5 times and I'm just waiting for people to comment on it. But yeah, I get obsessed with like seeing what people's reaction to like what I make. It's like, did they like it? Is this good? I was like, yeah. So that makes it worth it, but just enjoying the process. That's something that you can lose. A lot of people lose their love for. The creative process. They just want the result. It's easy to get that mindset. I've fallen into that a few times. A lot. I fall into that a lot. Actually, if I take too long on working on anything, I get sick of looking at it. That's why, you know, it's nice to be able to take these breaks when it comes to these animation projects. Because I just want it done. Sometimes I'm like, ugh, you're still here? Go away. I want to be finished with you, art. I want to move on to something else. I actually want to work on my Halloween costume, which is going to be a cosplay costume. I want to make I've been starting it. It's a leatherhead. I want to make a monster leatherhead costume, a big latex leatherhead, foam latex leatherhead costume. I would, like, if you look back in my videos, I've started some documentation of costumes, but I stopped because editing videos down from like 12 hours of working on something and then trying to add a narrative to it and some fun introduction and a fun outro and all that stuff. I was trying to top myself every time I worked on one of those cosplay videos. So after a while I was like, maybe someday I'll finish these cosplay videos, but right now I'll just focus on art streams. Being an editor, every minute of... Wait, what is it? Every minute of film seems like it takes an hour to edit. For me, yeah. If it's a 4-minute video, if I need a 4-minute video, that's probably be 4 hours of editing. I don't want to spend 4 hours editing. I enjoy the process of editing, but I enjoy creating art more than... Well, I guess it's a way of creating art. But I enjoy the... I like making I like making the costumes more than editing videos to show that I made the costume. Yeah, that's probably the easier, just straight ahead way to say it. Yeah, I like making costumes. Don't mind editing. I like editing. But when it comes down to it, I'd rather be making something instead of editing. Yeah. Not that editing's not making something. But editing isn't, I don't know, for me it's not very fulfilling. Because I'd spend those hours editing a video and then I'd get the same amount of views as I would if I was streaming it. Like even the old videos I have on my YouTube now, I think they may have under 50 views after all these years. I think the earlier YouTube videos I did, I think they may have a few thousand. I think. But that's from years of, you know, people watching. I'm sure people will say, oh, I'm going to look up a cosplay of Ganon, and then they look and they're like, hey, this is cool, and they watch, and then I stop. So it keeps people's attention for a while, and then they just stop watching it. Because I never finished. No, wait, I never got to do the Ganon videos, did I? I filmed them, I just never edited them down. Yeah, I was still doing the... Yeah, no, it was Ganon. I never did the Ganon Dwarf. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, try to enjoy the process of making art. Not just the fruits of the labor, which are people giving you accolades and praising you for it, you know? I think the thing I don't like the most about art is the planning phase. Just deciding what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. But once I'm in like if I was making a painting, a digital painting or a drawing or something like that, once it's all like planned out and I'm in the process of making it, I'm like, yeah, I'm on a roll. I can get this done. There's an art contest I go to called Drawn and Quartered. Ultimate Edition or Fan Edition. Sometimes I enter it, sometimes I don't because I'm not inspired. It takes a while for me to even think of something. Like, it'd be easy for me just to draw someone standing there. I don't want to do that anymore. I spent most of high school just drawing characters standing in place, you know. I want to try to tell a story with my art, you know. Even if it's just an illustration, I want a story to be happening. Maybe it's performance anxiety, though. That's the thing about timed contests. It's like, dance, monkey. And go. And it's like, well, what? What? It's kind of that Iron Chef sort of thing. You get an hour to make a whole meal based on the theme, and it's like, go. Iron Kazoo. I like Kazoo. I'm definitely gonna change this face. What I'm gonna change it to? This hat may be too big. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's huge. This is CPS2 Gamma Ray Guardians Final Arrangement by Lizzie Whippet Wonderful. I think I've told everyone that I actually do like She-Hulk as a character. Which is weird. I ended up reading She-Hulk because as a child, my mother, she bought some packs of comics from a drugstore, and I think about 3 of them were reprints of John Burton's She-Hulk. One of them featured Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon was on the last page. Yeah, it had a character named Razorback in there. Like, She-Hulk got captured, and she was in space. And there was another one where she was a character on Savage She-Hulk. That book. She turned into the Savage She-Hulk, but she powered down. All right, so I had some interesting books. Like, John Burton drew really well, and the stories were fun. So for the most part, she was an adventurer. She wasn't a lawyer, and I really like that. But the show is leaning into the early 2000s realms. But hopefully they can, if they get a second season, they can lean more into the action adventure stuff, sci-fi. I still haven't watched it. I don't watch shows as they air because it just leaves me wanting more. So I'll wait until a show's done and then I just watch all the episodes as one giant movie. That way I'm not waiting, saying, that's it? That's all that happened this episode? It's like, well, I guess they'll show more in the next one, and I just keep watching. And when I watch shows that way, all the stuff that that's boring and just exposition, I could just dump it in my memory like it didn't happen and just condense all the good elements together instead of focusing on all the negative elements. It's really interesting way to watch a show. I did that with Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super is... I didn't enjoy it at all. I like the slice of life episodes that were, just... They weren't trying to save the world or fight anything. They were just going about their day. I enjoyed those. I thought they were funny. The animation was so weak and poor, and not well done. That when it came to the fights, I didn't enjoy the fights. Like, I used to enjoy the fights in Dragon Ball Z and in Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball Super, the fights are nothing to write home about. I say that there's 3 episodes as far as action that are worth actually watching. That's when Vegeta, that one episode, the last episode in the Tournament of Power, where Vegeta, the other episode where Vegeta unleashes his evolution, that's what it's called, Blue Evolved or whatever they call it, and I'm struggling, but okay, I'll give it to the Vegito episode. Yeah, the Vegito episode. So the Vegito episode, Super Saiyan, no wait, Vegeta Blue Evolved, and the last episode of the Tournament of Power. Everything else, as far as animation goes, is weak. Story, it's okay. The fights aren't worth it though; they're not that good. The comedy's good though. I like the comedy. It was better at, like, they just showed they can't. The animation just, it's not as violent. It's not even about the violence. It's just, it's not animated that good. I don't like the art style that much in the show. It's too round and soft. Which is weird because I like Dragon Ball. That was a softer animation style. But Dragon Ball Super, it just... Ugh. Not really didn't like that they recapped the movies over again. That was a waste of time. There's nothing more annoying than watching a 2-hour movie stretched out into 12 to 14 episodes. Oh, there is no black. I'll tone it down. No, I'll just take it. Well, it's been 2 hours. I'm just thinking about pizza now. Just want to eat some pizza. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Got me hooked on this pizza. Let me finish drawing this, and then I'll be on my way. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Thanks for visiting and saying hello. Appreciate it. The artist is very solitary and lonely. wife of artists must have it hard. It's when somebody to talk to and he's just over there on a tablet drawing all day. What about me? I have one. Pay more attention to that piece of paper than you do me. Sorry, I don't know why I'm improvising all this stuff in my mind. That never actually happened to me. So sorry, I could just imagine it happening. Under what grounds do you wish to have this separation? Infidelity. What? I never touched anyone. No, what's that? You love your drawings more than you love me. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, let's finish this. Well, we're not finishing this. Let's finish this stream. So I got some details put in there. I'm still not to the point where I want to shade or work on the anti-aliasing yet, but we're doing okay. I'll work on this later today or maybe tomorrow. Friday I will, if I stream on Friday, I will probably go back to Rembrandt or I will work on a Zarbon sprite. Why? Because I don't see anybody else working on a Zarbon. I want to be the first to work on a Zarbon, or anyone else jumps in there and throws in their Z2 Zarbon. But by saying this gives other people opportunity to do a Z2 Zarbon sprite. Still, I think that even if someone does start a Z2 Zarbon sprite before I do on Friday, it won't be as good as mine. Yeah. Because I'll think of a better stance. I won't animate it though. Not this time. But I did enjoy working on the Rembrandt animation. Just not even a full sprite. It's just like a stance. A really good stance. I really should stop. I really should keep going. No, I want to eat pizza. But this is so easy. This is fun. Got 3 people in here. Oh boy. Let me draw these fingers. I'll draw some fingers. Then after I'm done with these fingers, I'll finish the stream. But yeah, I'm eating pizza today. Any of you had dinner yet? What did you have? Now, I know pizza's not great for you, but it's good. It tastes good. Jeez Louise. Oh yeah, I've got to do a fan art picture for a contest. Got to get that done by the 7th. But I do want to start my Leatherhead costume. So I want to wear that to a convention. I want to wear it out in public. To like grocery stores and stuff on Halloween. And I've already decided in my mind. Okay, Leatherhead was Cajun and he sounded like that one cook, that chef dude. But I wanna do a Dusty Rhodes impersonation. Dusty Rhodes with a Cajun accent. That's the characterization I'm gonna make for my Leatherhead. Go through some hard time. We're going through some hard time. We're gonna go have some turtles. Make some turtle soup. Grab that in the can. Some Campbell's. You go to your local supermarket. You go on that can't go down. You looking for the turtle soup? You can't find no turtle soup. It ain't in stock. Go to the stock. Where my turtle soup there? They say, we don't care no turtle soup. Boy, letterhead's in the wrong place. Alright. Man, my voice acting work is dried up. I don't get anything now. It's horrible. It's like I don't exist anymore. One person. I didn't do anything. What did I do? Why don't I get auditions here? Oh well. Well, that's a conversation for another time. I appreciate everyone showing up to this stream, even if it was just to say hello. If you need if you were wanting an update on Pilaf, I am still in the process of working on the finishers. I have not gotten past finishers. Finishers kick my butt. I am not good at detailing big sprites, especially with the color palette. Limited color palette. I'll try my best to get that worked out. Soft model. Bar Johnson. That's how it look when a girl answers your phone. Oh, well, you know, I guess if she answers your phone and you don't want her answering your phone, don't touch my phone. Why can't I look at your phone? I should be able to look through your phone. Just kidding. I gotta stop doing these characterizations. That's probably why I don't get any auditions anymore. Gotta work something out with this. It looks a little bit off. Yeah, having the face more towards the right 3/4 view looks better. I don't know who that was on the phone. Honest, baby. What is it? Hey, I was just a telemarketer. Yeah, she was curious. Want to know my phone coverage, that's all. It's like, no, I don't need a new provider. Thank you. Cool. I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, I gotta work on this continuity. Well, not continuity, staying on model. I've got to work on staying on model, fix these facial expressions too. I may just redo this face altogether. Right, let's use this old trick again. Looks pretty good. Not very well. Not super good, just pretty good. Wrong color. Cool. Did a little more work than I was planning on doing. Especially after I said I was ready to stop streaming. Going back to the lady answering the phone. So, Who was that you were talking to? Oh, that was just that was AT&T asking if I needed a new phone service. You told that person on the phone that you loved them. Yeah, they were really good at their job. I like sitcoms. Like if you watch my earlier streams, I always talked about my love for sitcoms. I think I could write a sitcom with some help. It seems real fun. It seems like fun hobby, writing sitcoms. Anyway, I think that's enough. I really think this is enough. Get an idea of how this should look or is going to look. Some adjustments need to be made, but like this. I mean, what is this? What is this? What is this face? Batrice, what is this face you make? Let me see if I can synchronize these two. Small one and the big one. Close enough. Anyway, I'd like to thank Etchu Abama Snow Gaming. The stream is set to rerun. Yeah, it's always set to rerun. I don't know why it does that. But, you know, as long as people show up, I'm okay with that. Skits Comics, Jeff Potts, and Garbar Johnson. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you for taking part in the chat, helping my algorithm, you know, getting more exposure to my art and the process and the animation and the sprites and, you know, the conversation. So... here. So if you can, like and subscribe. I usually don't say that stuff, you know, that's why I make the graphic to do it for me. But yeah, it helps the art, you know, struggling artists. If you want to commission, you can commission me for stuff too. I do commissions. I'm not doing animation commissions, except for this game. I'm working on this game. I'm focusing on this game. Hyper Dragon Ball Z, so I can't do anything that's like intensive as far as like spriting, but I do take commissions for sprites. I take commission for art as well. I've got a chart, it's on my Twitter, so you know. So look down here, you've got my Twitter and my DeviantArt accounts. So just follow there and check out my prices and stuff. They're really reasonable, you know. I don't charge too much. I don't charge what I don't charge outside of. I don't charge anything I wouldn't pay for. You know, that is key to how I price my stuff. I don't give prices that I wouldn't pay myself. Yeah, that's probably the best way to say it. So I hope everyone has a good night. I'll probably see you tomorrow. I probably will stream. I'm feeling pretty good. Just gotta make sure I get a decent amount of sleep and get all my YouTube looked at and my emails answered and my text messages and job applications and all that stuff like filed in, and I can just get over here and stream. Either that or I'll end up eating and watching YouTube and watching one of you stream like skits or skits mostly. They're awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat now. So hope you all have a good night. I'll see you sometime this week. I'm not gonna promise to stream tomorrow. It's too concrete out. Hopefully stream tomorrow and we can continue the Batrice animation. Until next time, be seeing you. Stay out of trouble.